Welcome to Comics on a Pyre, a channel to have a meaningful conversation over movies, life, books, and shows, and maybe just a spot to spend time BSing over comics. If you like your entertainment with a bit of substance, then you, my vagabond friend, have come to the right tavern. Tether your horse by the post and come right on in and warm yourself by the fire. Tap that subscribe button, and for the next few minutes, my fellow George Carlin reprobate, lend me your ear. Luck can be defined as success or failure, apparently brought on by chance rather than one's own actions. Chance is defined as the occurrence and development of events in the absence of an obvious design. In other words, the outcome of an event occurring without any planning or action taken by anyone who is involved in the event. We all know these people, like the person that on the news that hits the lottery twice, or that friend of yours at work that always seems to get their name pulled out of a hat to go home early. You know who I'm talking about. And deep down, we all secretly despise these people. But on the flip side, there are people that seem to have perpetual bad luck. You know them. They seem to walk through life with a black cloud following them around wherever they go. They even got a song named after them, written by Alanis Morissette. And it goes something like this. An old man turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day. It's a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's a death row pardon 2 minutes too late. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? Luck seems to be one of those double-edged swords in life. It can go either way. If you have it, life can seem a splendid thing. But if it's against you, well, it's like that old saying goes, stay clear of the unlucky, lest their luck be your own. With that said, here are 5 Marvel characters whose powers are based to some extent to luck, either good or bad. Number 1, Domino. I thought I would start this list out with what I believe to be the most popular luck-based character in comics today. You know, due to her live-action Deadpool appearance and all. Domino, Nina Thurman, was created by Fabian Nicieza and the infamous Rob Liefeld. She made a minor cameo in her first flashback appearance in X-Force 8, but it was not until X-Force issue 11 that her true, full first appearance in comics was credited. Like most, I thought New Mutants issue number 98 was Domino's first appearance, but it turns out it was just a copycat version of her. I won't get into all the details because you know the comic book history can be convoluted and confusing at best. But trust me, X-Force issue 8 is Domino's first appearance. Anyway, Domino is a mutant with the ability to subconsciously and psionically initiate random telekinetic acts that affect probability in her favor. By making probable but not impossible things occur with her line of sight, thus causing her to have good luck and her opponents to have bad luck. This probability field phenomena can affect anything such as her adversary's gun jamming at an ideal time, or her bullet ricocheting off of a random surface and hitting its intended target. This subconsciously controlled talent is triggered when she is in a stressful situation, such as fighting or fleeing. This effect constantly emits from her body at all times, completely subconscious of her own volition. However, it is also largely participatory. In order for luck to take effect, Domino herself must engage in action whose chance can be affected upon. For example, if Domino is being fired upon, if she stays still, her body will become a bullet-riddled corpse. But if she engages into action, she intuitively will bob and weave through the volley of bullets totally unscathed. As a byproduct of her abilities, Domino's cerebral cortex emits a current of bioelectric pulses down her spine to instinctively guide her movements during such actions, which has an added effect of augmenting her natural reflexes and reactions to superhuman levels. Number 2. X-Men's Longshot was created by writer Ann Nocenti and artist Art Adams, and first appeared in Longshot issue number 1, a start of a short 6-issue miniseries outlining the non-mutant's first trip to Earth. You see, Longshot is from an alternate dimension known as Mojo World or Mojoverse. He is one of many slaves created by genetic engineers in the employment of Mojo World's masters, the grossly obese, virtually immobile, spineless ones, who are ruled themselves by the media-obsessed delusional maniac known as Mojo. Longshot is an artificial being created through genetic engineering by Arise. As a result, Longshot possesses superhuman speed, agility, endurance, and reflexes with enhanced senses, as well as an advanced healing factor. With his superhuman abilities, hollow bones, and human-like muscular structure, Longshot is an extraordinary acrobat. Arise also used mystical augmentations to give Longshot the ability to psionically affect probability fields that cause unlikely events to happen in Longshot's favor, thus giving him constant good luck. This good luck power also works on a subconscious level, creating positive outcomes even when Longshot does not know it is happening. However, since Longshot's luck powers are tied to his positive aspects of his personality, this so-called good luck will only hold up unless his attempts to use them are for nefarious or evil purposes, or if he gives up hope entirely itself. If this were to happen, Longshot's powers can either shut down permanently or effectively backfire on him, giving him the opposite, bad luck, in equal measure. Number 3. Shamrock, aka Molly Fitzgerald. This heroine is less known than I believe all the other ones on the list are. In fact, I've been reading comics for over 30 years, and I can honestly say that I've never even heard of her. She was created by Bill Mantlo and John Romita Jr., and her first appearance was in Marvel Superheroes Contest of Champions, issue number 1. She was born and raised in Dunshillen, Ireland. Her father was a fanatically militant Irish nationalist. When Molly was just 3 years old, her father took her and her brother to North Ireland mountainsides and asked the heavens to grant his son, not Molly, the power to strike down their enemies. Although nothing seemed to happen, Molly learned during her first year at the university that she was the one blessed. She discovered that she was surrounded by a protective aura that caused random improbabilities to manifest themselves on her behalf whenever she was in trouble. Rather than return to the war-torn mountainside, she used her good luck powers to become Ireland's superhero heroine. Shamrock has the probability altering power to give herself good luck and give those against her bad luck. Her powers come from the innocent victims that died during the time of war. She actually possesses their spirits. These poltergeists, if you will, come to aid Shamrock in her time of need for a short amount of time to bring her good luck in her current situation. These spirits are her main power, as she does not usually have any weapons in battle. It appears that Shamrock has no control over her powers though. It acts out of his own wishes. Her luck power affects everything within a 20-foot radius, giving her an advantage in close hand-to-hand combat. Number 4. Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda Maximoff. She was created by writer Stan Lee and artist Jack Kirby, first appearing way back in X-Men issue number 4. When Wanda first appeared, she was portrayed as a supervillain, along with her twin brother Quicksilver, who were both founding members of the villainous team known as the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants at the time. She was depicted as a reluctant villain though, uninterested in Magneto's ideologies. Eventually, she left Magneto's team and joined his enemies, the Avengers, thereby becoming a good guy in the Marvel Universe. Wanda's main power is her superhuman ability to manipulate and warp reality around her, granted to her by the High Evolutionary's experimentations, and further amplified by the demon Kophon when she was born. But the part of her power that I want to talk about is Wanda's ability to manipulate the probability via her hexes, or if you prefer, hex bolts, which manipulated energy fields and matter to various degrees. These hexes were initially short range and were limited to her line of sight. Casting a hex would initially require a gesture and concentration on her part, though the gestures are largely a focus of concentration. Early in her career, her hexes were unconscious and would be automatically triggered whenever she made a particular gesture, regardless of her intents. The hexes will only manifest as bad luck, triggering negative effects. She later gained enough control over them that her powers would only work when she wanted them to though, and then at a limited effect on the negative situations. Wanda can use her hexes for a wide variety of uses now though. And now, last but not least, number 5. Spider-Man's once lover, Black Cat, aka Felicia Hardy. She was created by writer Marv Wolfman and artist Dave Cockrum, and her first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 194. Felicia Hardy was born in Queens, New York. Her father, Walter Hardy, pretended to be a traveling salesman, but was really a world-renowned cat burglar who eventually was arrested and sent to prison. Hardy, after some time training in various fighting styles and acrobatics, decided to follow in her father's footsteps. After amassing a stolen fortune of goods, Felicia adopted the costume identity. Her first act as the Black Cat was to break her dying father out of prison. Despite Spider-Man's interference, she succeeded, though Walter died at home at a short time afterwards. When the Black Cat was first introduced into comics, she was just an average human being that possessed no superhuman abilities. However, she was a highly skilled martial artist and top-league athlete and gymnast. After she decided to become a crime fighter and began her relationship with Spider-Man, she realized that her lack of superhuman power may cause Spider-Man to be killed should she become overrun by enemies. So when Spider-Man disappeared during the Secret Wars, Felicia sought out a way to make herself Spider-Man's equal. Felicia was offered an opportunity to undergo a process similar to that used to create the Scorpion and the Fly. It was only after this process that was completed when Felicia learned that her powers came from the great kingpin of crime himself. Black Cat was given the power of bad luck by scientists who were working for the kingpin for a bargain that they had made with him themselves. This power allowed her to affect probability fields, which caused probable events of bad luck to happen to her enemy and those that were in her sight. The powers of hers was removed by Doctor Strange when it started to affect the ones that she loved the most, and was discovered that it would eventually kill a person that no longer stayed around her. Of course, this was the Kingpin's intention for Spider-Man all along. Black Cat's power of bad luck was shown to have returned to her recently for some unknown reason, and she now has more control over it though. Well, true believer, there you go. 5 Marvel characters that powers are based somewhat in luck. If you like this video, then by all means check out my comic book YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre, for other videos like this one. Tap on that bell icon before you go, and oh yes, as always, until next time, keep reading my friends.